If you have been running or even considering starting an e-commerce business but don't know how to pay Chinese suppliers directly, well, I may have found an ideal solution for you and your bottom line. For those that may not know, paying Chinese suppliers directly in their local currency, also known as renminbi or Chinese yuan, can drastically improve your bottom line between 10 to 50% depending on your product type. Don't believe me? Check out these items right here. So this item right here is on AliExpress, and you can see the final cost is about $84. Now in this case, it does include free shipping, so you have to take that into account. But if I search for this exact same product on the Chinese version of the platform, paying in Chinese yuan on 1688, you can see the price is not even 200 RMB for the same specs. I looked at the different configurations and they have the same specs that you would if you bought it on AliExpress here. So 200 yuan, if you just Google the transaction rate, is not even $30. So right there, before the product shipping, of course, it's $30. So if you include, let's say, another $30 for shipping, that would be $60 that you would have to spend to actually procure and ship this product. But if you didn't know that you can pay Chinese suppliers directly in Chinese yuan, you would never know about this loophole. And in this channel, that's how I teach you how to pay suppliers directly so that you can save on your bottom line when it comes to your business. The current issue is that there are limited channels to pay Chinese suppliers directly in Chinese yuan due to restrictions or lack of knowledge of how to do so. Luckily, you have platforms like PingPong Payments that can make the transition seamless, so you can focus more on your business and less on administrative tasks. If you stay until the end, you will get a limited time promotion offer where you get no fees for using this PingPong platform for the first 3 months. So can you imagine that? No fees for any transactions that you do sending to your Chinese suppliers directly. Now, a little bit of background about this company. PingPong is a fintech company that helps small to medium businesses like myself or you to actually grow internationally at the fraction of a cost. Their target market are online entrepreneurs who want to avoid unnecessary payment-related expenses, especially when it comes to dealing with Chinese suppliers. A lot of these Chinese suppliers most likely don't speak English and don't know the systems overseas very well, so they have a certain way of dealing with transactions. Their platform is user-friendly and it feels like it's designed for business owners with no tech background, so you can start using it immediately. So before getting started, it's important to know exactly what is required to actually set up an account with PingPong Payments. You can see that they have a list of approved currencies and countries for established businesses or sole proprietorships, to include China. Now, a cool thing about having an established business is that you can do this remotely. So you can actually be an expat and set up a business locally to get started. This is what I do since I live in China, but I set up an LLC in the USA, so it's completely doable to do it remotely. If you want to know step by step on how to set up a US LLC, no matter from what country you're from, you can check out this video where I go into step by step on how to do so that you can actually apply for an account if you need it, regardless of what country you're from. So once you submit the proper paperwork and the application process, you will get about 2 to 3 days before you get notification that it's approved. Once you're approved, let's talk about some of the features that you automatically have once you open a PingPong Payments account. So as you can see on this screen right here, this is my account, and just to kind of give you an overview of how this platform works. You have the total dashboard that kind of summarizes the transactions you've had lately, whether it's from your Amazon store or from your WooCommerce, Shopify. You can download activity and reports. You can receive payments from people, either from platforms or from people that want to send you direct bank transfers, which I'll go into in a little bit. You actually have different methods you can pay people. When it comes to your suppliers, you can pay multiple suppliers. You can pay the IRS or the taxes. You can pay bills. All of it can be done on the PingPong platform. And lastly, any balance or profits that you have, you can withdraw to your business bank account. So let's talk about the logic about how this works, because some of you may be transitioning into this and it's your first time. So you have a front end store like WooCommerce, Shopify, or you sell on Amazon. Like in my case, I have a WooCommerce store that I have to help people source from China. Once you receive payments on your platforms on Amazon, Shopify, or WooCommerce, then you will have an option to select the payouts of where these payments go to. You can use the bank account provided by PingPong Payments to connect to your Amazon or your WooCommerce store so that when you get paid out the money, all the money goes into PingPong. And then at that point, you pay your supplier the expenses for the product that you procured, and you can send the profits all to your business bank account. Now, for my example, if I go to receive from platform, so this platform can be WooCommerce, Amazon, Shopify, etc., pretty much your own front-end website, you can select what accounts you want to receive. So if you do transactions in Hong Kong dollars, USD, Euro, Great British Pounds, whatever it may be, you can apply for the necessary receiving account to receive the cash into your PingPong account. So if I want to link my WooCommerce store to have the payouts in PingPong, you just simply apply for an account, and then you see all the information here, copy and paste it so that you can receive payments accordingly. But wait, sometimes you may have custom orders where customers want to pay you directly via direct bank transfer. So these are like businesses that want to pay you via direct bank transfer because they don't have like maybe a corporate credit card that you typically use on Amazon or Shopify. So you can just simply go to receive from purchasers, and PingPong will actually open a virtual bank account to be able to receive these funds. Again, you can apply for all kinds of currencies, whether it's USD, Great British Pound, Euro. You guys saw in the beginning all the supported currencies. And then you would just send your customer this banking information, or you send them an invoice linked to your website. Like on my website, I have it linked so that at checkout, you select direct bank transfer, and all this information will be available to them so they can make the transfer. And voila, they can send to your PingPong virtual bank account immediately so that you can use those funds to pay your suppliers and keep the profits. So now that you have actually received the funds in PingPong, how do you pay your suppliers? Well, that's simple. You go to the Pay tab here, and in this case, I'm going to go to a recipient. In my scenario, we're going to assume that this is your Chinese supplier. I've already added a Chinese bank account here, but you can simply add a new recipient. And you just ask the Chinese supplier what's their information. They'll give you the bank name, their account number, and maybe even their ID number if it's necessary. The point is that it's very flexible to pay your suppliers. So if you're in my case where you're selling on WooCommerce, or if you're selling on Amazon, you don't get the money immediately after the customer pays. Usually there's a delay between like 2 days or 7 days, depending on how you have your account set up. But you already have the order on your front end website. So you need to pay the Chinese supplier to get the ball moving so that they can send the product to your customer, right? You can actually pay them different kinds of methods. Let's say in this case, I want to send 10,000 RMB to this supplier. Now you can select either USD balance on your PingPong. Right now I don't have a balance there. You can select it through your bank account. So this is directly connected to my business bank account where, I do my operational expenses and all that. And here you can see it will cost me about $1,428 to send 10,000 RMB. The fees are very clear, and it tells you the exchange rate, and you simply put in your PIN and you're good to go. Now, another thing that some platforms don't offer is that you can also pay with a credit card. So if it's a very rush order and you just need to get the money to the supplier, you can also select to pay the credit card, but do note that the fees are a little bit higher because when you process credit cards, it just costs more and they automatically charge a fee. But you can also select the credit card option to pay your suppliers immediately. Note that you can only pay up to $5,000 each transaction. But as you can see, this is mainly used in rush scenarios where you need the money now to pay the supplier to be able to continue on with your business. So this is kind of how the flow works when it comes to paying your Chinese suppliers or Chinese business partners. So in this case, we're going to assume that you have a PingPong account. You've already gone through the KYC. You've gone through all that. You don't need to do anything. You just send them the money and it's good to go. However, a big pain point for Chinese suppliers so that you can understand how to make the flow more smooth is that they need to provide some paperwork to be able to receive those funds. Something cool is that PingPong actually has a platform where they can generate invoices automatically. So you can see an example invoice here that they sent me as an example. All you need is an invoice like this, and then the Chinese supplier can be able to receive the funds. The reason I mention this is that some Chinese suppliers are reluctant to try new platforms when it comes to their business. So if you tell them, hey, you can receive direct Chinese yuan, you have an automatic invoicing where you can get the money instantly, and you can save on your transaction expenses because the Chinese supplier, if you pay them in USD, also has transaction expenses and they have to deal with banks. You can recommend this platform to them and they can create an account and it will be flawless for them. Now let's talk about the fees and how the process will work from the perspective of the business owner to the Chinese supplier. So both of you have a PingPong account. You can actually save on the conversion fees to get a 0.4% conversion fee from USD to RMB. So of course, your bottom line is very important. So a 0.4% is what they will charge you from changing your USD to RMB locally to pay your Chinese supplier. Now, if you're paying with a credit card, of course, you got to increase that by 3% because that's just the credit card industry. They charge you more for that. However, if the Chinese supplier does not have a PingPong account, and this is again another instance where you can convince a Chinese supplier to open an account because they can do automatic invoicing, they can receive the money quickly, is that they will have to pay a 0.6% conversion fee. So in the event that even your Chinese supplier does not agree to open a PingPong account, you still have a method to send them the funds directly. So in the end, if both the business and the Chinese supplier have a PingPong accounts, you would only have to pay 0.4% in the transaction fees between changing from USD to Chinese yuan. Something also to note is that the speed of the platform is both of you have PingPong accounts. It is an instant transaction. The business or the Chinese supplier don't have to wait to receive the funds. However, if let's say the business has a PingPong account, but the Chinese supplier does not, they may have to wait 1 or 2 business days to receive the account, which will slow down the process and is essentially what you don't want happening. So in an ideal situation, both of you have PingPong accounts, but as I've spoken to many Chinese suppliers, they may not agree. So just having the business owner have the PingPong account can still keep your business running smoothly. And it's as simple as that to pay Chinese suppliers almost instantly to keep your business operations going so that you can focus more on profits and running your business, getting customers versus dealing with payments to Chinese suppliers. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, for a limited time, PingPong will offer no fees to those that use their platform for the first 3 months after you have successfully registered your account if you use the link in the description down below. If you are unsure about how much to charge your customers for your products, check out this video right here that includes a free profit calculator to account for all expenses and guarantee your maximum profits.